Watch closely, because this boy is literally inviting trouble for himself. He uses all his strength to pull off the helmet of a giant who is peacefully sleeping in the afternoon. But the moment the helmet comes off, the boy is left completely stunned. The giant is sleeping with his innocent-looking mouth wide open. However, the terrible smell coming from his mouth is so bad that the boy nearly passes out. Then a mischievous idea suddenly strikes him. He grabs an entire beehive packed with angry bees and without thinking twice, stuffs it straight into the giant's mouth. He quickly puts the helmet back on and runs away. After reaching a safe distance, he hides behind a rock, waiting for the real show to begin. But minutes pass, and the giant doesn't move an inch. The boy starts wondering, why aren't the bees doing anything? Just when he is about to get closer and check, the giant suddenly starts moving. Within seconds, the bees begin attacking him from every direction. The giant panics and desperately tries to remove his helmet, but in his hurry, he loses his balance and boom, he crashes straight onto the ground. However, the bees had their own strange rule. They wouldn't attack anyone who was properly protected, but the poor giant had no idea that his real nightmare was only beginning. Finally, with all his strength, he manages to rip off the helmet. Ignoring the pain, he starts desperately swatting the bees away, but one particular bee refuses to give up. The more the giant tries to chase it away, the more aggressively it follows him. Furious, the giant opens his eyes wide and stares directly at the tiny bee, but the bee isn't backing down either. Suddenly, it launches straight at the giant's face. The giant loses his balance for a moment, and before he can recover, he tumbles straight over a dangerous cliff. Who could have imagined that a giant this massive and powerful would ultimately be defeated by something as tiny as a single bee?